Hi, I'm Mark Olives, and today I'd like to talk about diabetes and why we should be trying to get rid of diabetes instead of simply treating it with medications and whatnot. So now there's two kinds of diabetes. There's type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is something in which your pancreas is not producing insulin. That one, unfortunately, there's not much that I can help you out with. Hopefully science will come up with a way to create a pancreas with stem cells. But at this point, that's not available. But what I want to talk is mostly about type 2 diabetics. 95% of diabetics are type 2 diabetics. Now, this is an acquired disorder. That means that you've done something with your lifestyle. Maybe you've overconsumed. Maybe your diet is full of sugar and processed foods. Maybe you're carrying too much weight. Maybe you're not exercising enough. There's a number of reasons why you're more susceptible and may have become type 2 diabetic. With that population, I tell people, why are you simply treating this with medication instead of trying to get rid of it? The way you define or become type 2 diabetic is this: normal A1C values. And what your A1C value is just, it's the amount of sugar that's covering the hemoglobin molecule in your blood. That might not mean much to people, but there's an iron component inside of each blood cell, and that's what helps carry oxygen around. And for some reason, it's attracted to sugar. And the way we base our A1C, which is the major marker for diabetes, is based on what percent of that hemoglobin molecule is covered with sugar. So the A1C is a percentage. So if you're 5% to 5.7%, you're normal. So if only 5 to 5.7% of that hemoglobin molecule is covered, you're perfect. You're right where you want to be. If you're 5.7 to 6.4, you're considered pre-diabetic. If you're 6.4 and above, you're diabetic. So this is simply a sliding scale. And the farther you slide up the scale, the more you get closer to diabetes or you become diabetic. So the same is true though. If I can slide up the scale, why not slide right on back down the scale? Let's get rid of this problem. Let's not have to deal with this whatsoever. Let's get our A1C back down to where it's a 5.7 or below. And this is entirely possible for many diabetics. Now, I don't like to give false hope, so there are some diabetics that will not be able to achieve this, but the vast majority can. You can get your diabetic function down. Also, I do warn people, just as you can get it to go back down, it can slide right back up if you fall back into faulty habits. And some people do have a greater predisposition towards developing this type of disorder that just has to do with their genetics. So you do have to constantly monitor things and do the right thing, which is maintain your body weight, make sure you're exercising, and controlling your intake of bad foods. If you do these things, that will help to mitigate this whole problem. So if you can control that A1C value and get it to go where we want it to be, then you can be non-diabetic. I hope that this provides you help, and if not, there's some more videos I've done on diabetes that will tell you specifically how to eat, how to exercise, and how to control this disorder. So let's get off the medication and get you on the way to healthy. Thanks.